What's going on, guys? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the strongman gym in Miami, where strength is everything. Kind of want to go over a subject that I think is very subjective, very opinion based, obviously, as most of this is my opinion and my bullshit anyway. So thank you for watching on that. Um, but it's something I tell my people all the time, especially my CrossFit people, the CrossFitians, or any athlete in that sense. Is what is optimal training? I constantly yell at them to train optimally. Oh man, it's freaking food kicking those dead babies. So, in my opinion, what I think optimal training is, obviously what the word actually means is you get the most out of the training that you just did. Were your muscles recuperated enough? Was your nervous system especially that ready for it? Did you train to the best of your ability? Not how tough you think you are, not how mentally eager and just how much of a badass you think you are. Oh, I finished a workout. Granted, especially when it comes to your endurance or even kind of accessory days, you can finish the workout. You can muscle through it. But was it optimal? Did you train to the best of your abilities? Did you push yourself as hard as your body can take it? Or was it just you thinking you did your best? Of course, this is a very gray area, and there's going to be some days where you wake up and you really feel like trash and you go out there and just murder it at the gym. You hit a PR, you feel fantastic. But at the same time, those aren't a dime a dozen. It's not the same. It's not a dime a dozen. It's definitely not what I meant. Those are rare occasions. Okay, very rare occasions. Because often people will remember the good times. They'll be like, "Oh, I woke up today feeling like shit, and I slammed this workout, or I slammed this WOD or whatever medley." And then nine times out of 10, you're like, "I woke up like shit, and I felt like shit, and I did bad, and I got hurt, or I pulled something, or I was exhausted." And then they show up the next day to the gym and they push themselves again and again and again. So out of 4 or 5 days out of the week, maybe 1 or 2 days were actually optimal, and the rest were actually just them like muscling through the event. Especially when it comes to the world of strength, you have to kind of have a program or an idea or kind of set yourself up where when you go to the gym, you're going, relatively fresh. None of us who train often are always going to be healthy or free of injury or fresh all the time. But that you're going to train optimally. I keep saying this fucking word, but it's the word that I truly mean. You're not going to go ahead and do a heavy leg day workout or accessories at your hamstrings and expect to get a box squat PR, or expect to go 5x5 or 5x2 at a very tough, heavy pace. You're probably going to either look for a hamstring cramp or an injury or just even bad form just to compensate from the fatigue in your legs, especially when you do accessory work, dumbbell lunges, leg extensions, step ups, etc. So, in my opinion, sometimes doing a little less is actually going to drive you way forward, especially in the world of strength. When you're involving strength into, let's say, an endurance workout, or for CrossFitters or something like football, you have to have days where you're not just murdering your body, where you're taking days off, where you're doing active rest, where you're really working on your mobility, which I suck at. But take these things into account. There's a very thin line between training optimally and just thinking or being mentally tough. And that's something that a lot of people will get mixed up, and then you feel like Mark Bell says, you grab that bar and you feel like you have a weightlifting hangover. You grab that bar and you're fatigued, or you push and it's not until the last rep of the last set that you feel like, wow, I finally felt better. And then your previous sets were trash. You weren't training at a heavy optimal weight, or you weren't even doing a proper working weight because you're just so exhausted and your joints and your just nervous system shot. Does that mean blame it on the nervous system every day? Does it mean be a pussy and be like, oh, I'm tired, I'm gonna take 3 days off? No, but be experienced, be grounded, be humble, and be like, if I'm gonna do a heavy strength day tomorrow, why am I gonna kill myself today when the benefits of tomorrow is huge and the value is huge in strength? So I hope this kind of gives you an idea of at least what I mean in the battle axe. I'm sure other people will have a different opinion, or this is a very in-depth conversation, very open to other people's opinions and that shit. And I like to discuss it, but this is how I kind of try to train and kind of simplify that perspective for some of my people. So I hope that gives you an idea, and cheers.